entering Yosemite National Park. I like that little sign. No big arch, that blocks the view. That would be ironic. But you see it in so many places. The park ranger at the entrance said that chains are required at about 8 miles in. I gave him the $35, which is what it costs to visit. And I want to get my money's worth, but not at the expense of wrecking or, becoming stranded. So we'll see when I get there. He said that once you get through the higher elevation that requires the chains, then you'll get to the vistas, the Yosemite, the real Yosemite, the heart of the national park, instead of, like the elbow, which is the first 8 miles. Another issue is there are no free camping sites up here. Very few, let's put it that way. And the ones that you could find are probably well off the road. So I'd like to make this a day trip if I can. But then again, then there's the stress of get her done. It's getting dark. You got to drive out of here and find yourself a Cracker Barrel or somewhere where you can stay for free. Or, God forbid, pay for a campsite. Oh, I don't even want to think about that. Coming down through a burned out section of Yosemite, you can see how they cut down the trees, push them up mountain, or remove them before they could open the road again. This was a few years ago. Yeah, so I went past the 8 mile chain required sign. The roads were, as you can see, there's somebody in front of me with probably front wheel drive. Although I do think I see some chains on his front tires. Yeah, he's got chains on. But 4-wheel drive's fine here. And the ranger sort of said as much without saying it. He looked at my truck and sort of gave me the okay if I wanted to go through. So yeah, I love hairpin and switchbacks, curves. I just love the curves. Up or down. And I like what people call the green tunnels, with just pine trees. They act as if that's not a good view, but for me it is. I love this kind of thing. And there are vistas ahead. I mean, I'm entering Yosemite, one of the, more famous national parks, and I have no clue what to expect. I like it that way. Hey everybody, I took some time to look at the map on the phone, and here's what I saw. Yeah, so you see there's a white arrow there that wasn't there this morning on the map. Looks like there's going to be a required turnaround before I get to Yosemite Village. Not that I really need to go there. I wouldn't mind seeing El Capitan. But yeah, we got some climbing to do. We're coming down from 5,000 feet. That was the last peak. And there's a few more to go. Here's El Tunnel. Grew up in Pittsburgh, where they call Pittsburgh the city of bridges. have bridges, you usually also have tunnels. Because the bridges cross the valleys, and the tunnels go through the hills that create the valleys. Take your pick. It's the Fort Pitt tunnels are the most famous in Pittsburgh. That's when you drive out of them and the Golden Triangle appears, where the Monongahela and the Allegheny join to form the Ohio. And of course, Pittsburgh's right in that triangle, downtown Pittsburgh. Prepare to stop, crosswalk. Might be a badger crossing today, but that's about it. So we'll see what kind of vista we got here. Whoa. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's El Capitan, isn't that? That's got to be El Capitan. Wow. Promised myself I wouldn't say wow, but oh well. Okay, I finally passed El Capitan, which took up most of the sky. And yeah, I'm headed to the Cracker Barrel. If I would have kept going into Yosemite, I would have had to turn around. And I don't like turning around. So I got my Yosemite fix. I feel that way. And I'm on to the next adventure. By the way, the Cracker Barrel, and there's not many on the West Coast or even Central Cracker, but there's one near Sacramento, and it's been a while since I've had catfish, grilled catfish dinner. I'm going to have me one tonight, and then have a nice sleep in the parking lot of the Cracker Barrel that welcomes campers, travelers, RVers, boondockers, dispersed people like me. They don't shun them like the rest of California does. No, the Cracker Barrel is its own world. It's kind of like Disneyland. It doesn't matter what's going on outside the world. Inside the Cracker Barrel world, you feel welcomed. And the catfish is fresh. Actually, it's farmed, but it still begins with an F, and that's close enough for me. Well, I reckon I did it. I conquered El Capitan. Well, I don't know if conquered's the right word. I looked at it, and I had to bend my neck, and it kind of hurt to look at the top of it. I thought it was going to swallow me up, or that I was going to wreck into it no matter which way I went. It took up all space. Imagine that. El Capitan. And I made it all the way to what's called Sacramento. But, you know, why wouldn't I make it all the way here? Because this is where one of the only Cracker Barrels are. Not too many people go for the Cracker Barrel in California, but I do, and I have all this to myself. I even cleaned out all the trash while I was waiting on my free meal. Actually, it wasn't free. I paid for it. It's on my hood. There is some fresh farmed catfish in this bag, plus a bunch of sides, carrots, and I think some steak fries, which I can save till tomorrow. Because you can save fries, they still taste good cold to me for breakfast. That's the way I roll. Thanks for sticking with me. Goodbye.